This week on Old School Outdoors. It's mid-October. The Old School guys travel south to the heart of the Lone Star State, to the Keith Ranch, owned by friend and fellow sportsman Donnie Keith. The crew try their hand at some whitetails, black bucks, and dove hunting. But most importantly, the camaraderie that goes along with it.
And Papa's off in Texas deer hunting.
Yeah, you're missing all the fun.
I'm missing all the fun.
Well, it's now the third week in October, and we found ourselves at the Keith Ranch, close to Dual, Texas.
I always enjoy being with Greg and Dennis, and Donnie's a great friend from Bossier.
I'm Donnie Keith. I'm one of the heirs of the Keith Ranch here in Dual, Texas.
And he's been telling us about his Keith Ranch in McCulloch County and has been begging us to come out and visit him, so we just decided we'd schedule it and take a hunt out to the Keith Ranch.
We've been here once before, many years ago, when, matter of fact, Mr. Keith first looked at the ranch, and that's been approximately 24 years ago. So, since then, they've done lots of improvements, built a really nice facility here for everybody to make use of.
The original owners of this land was the Concho Cattle Company. That's back in the 1800s. They had 64,000 acres that they ran cattle on. Behind the house over there, when you look off the mountain there, that's the old Chisholm Trail that ran from Mexico to Fort Worth. After they put the railroads in Fort Worth, it was the large, gathering place for cattle drives to send the beef to the East Coast. On the Concho Cattle Company, they had what they call 8 teams. A team consisted of a chuck wagon, a supply wagon, and 8 cowboys that constantly roamed the 64,000 acres taking care of the cattle.
We arrive at the ranch, we're the only ones here.
Here we are, Dennis.
Yes, sir.
I don't know where we are, but we're here.
We're here. We're in the state of Texas, I do believe.
I think we're at the right place because the gate code worked on it.
Yeah, they did open the gate.
I guess we'll just help ourselves.
We make ourselves at home.
Make ourselves at home. We got plenty of stuff to unload.
So we load up the Ranger. And we just head out with a couple of blinds, pop-up blinds, trying to locate places to set up. And we brush in a couple of blinds, get prepared for the next day.
Well, it looked like a really nice, well-used trail right by a watering hole. We got the wind favorable if we set up here in the brush. We should be on the right side windage-wise of them. They seem to be using this spot real well. Good heavy trail. And we're going to try to get this pop-up blind pushed back here on the edge of the brush.
You ready, Freddie?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'm just kind of worried about driving about 90, but you got that big old knife out and the big job left into your liver.
I'm going to get one more flag,
Okay.
and we're going to be comfortable.
Hey, I could use that to keep the hair out of my eyes.
Yeah, that'll work. Damned old shaggy sucker. You'd think you'd have got cleaned up for a good trip like this. Oh, that went one.
So the first day after you set up a bow blind, even though we got them brushed in, and it's a big pop-up, and it's like the deer they notice it. It's like they just didn't like it. It's like if you came home and somebody had taken your favorite recliner and moved it to the other side of the room. You're gonna notice it. You may not notice what color your wife's hair changed today, but you're gonna notice somebody's moved the recliner, and that's the same thing with deer. If you can't shoot out of that sucker, you're flying. I like that. I think I need to hunt this one.
Get in it.
And the facilities here at the Keith Ranch, top notch. And the back porch is phenomenal.
This is gonna be special.
And that Texas breeze blowing through with the low humidity, oh folks, it's wonderful.
We're gonna have to do this again sometime.
Serious outdoorsmen need products that are reliable and affordable. The Old School Outdoors guys can all agree that Exodus Outdoor Gear trail cameras offer quality cameras at an affordable price. They stand behind their products with a 5-year warranty and an additional 50% off theft and damage replacement policy, which has filled the void between reliability, affordability, and quality customer service. Now that's old school. To get your Exodus trail camera today and save, go to ExodusOutdoorGear.com and enter the promo code OSO2016. Old School Outdoors is being brought to you by Exodus Outdoor Gear. Life's a passion. Pursue it. 3 Rivers Archery, your longbow and recurve experts. Nocturnal Lighted Nocks. And by Citizens Bank and Trust of Vivian, Louisiana. The bank you can count on. Well, the first 2 days, the old schoolers didn't have too much luck due to the placement of their blinds and the pesky October lull. Let's join Greg and see if his luck changes on the 3rd morning.
The 3rd day, I've had this pop-up blind now. It's the 2nd day it's been there at this spot. And it was just like a different universe. The deer came in from all directions, coming through their trail where they were supposed to. We were right on the trail. The wind was right, and it was like showtime. A couple of really nice bucks. Most people would have shot them, but I'm sitting here kind of analyzing as if it was my own ranch, and The problem that happens in a lot of places, you bring a guest in and they're gonna go out and they're gonna shoot the biggest buck they can see. And what I noticed sitting here on the abundance of bucks that I saw was too many what I would consider cull bucks. 6 points that are mature deer, but they don't have any potential. And what happens in a lot of places in Texas, you overshoot your 8, 10s, 12 points, and you don't ever shoot the 5s and 6s and 4 points. They grow up to be the breeding stock, so you'll flip your ranch around. Donnie's a good friend. I'm gonna try to help his ranch. I'm gonna do the same thing I would do at my ranch. We had a few more that were smaller. They were 4s and 6s, but they were like 1.5-year-old. And when I look at a 1.5-year-old deer, it's not into that breeding. Your 3.5-year-old gonna do most of the breeding, so you can maybe get those next year. Or if you don't see any, you can get them this year, but if you see some bigger, they could possibly get in your gene pools. And this 6 point I thought was a potential for doing that. About an hour later, after watching this big 8 point stomp around, this 6 point came back, presented a shot. Man, there's a buck that's coming back. Got these does in there. Maybe I'll present a shot. You know, folks, I've hunted all over the world. When it comes to hunting for a bank, I don't do that anymore. Been with Citizens Bank and Trust of Vivian for over 30 years and don't plan on changing. If you're looking for a personal loan, home loan, or business loan, they can take care of your needs. They treat you like people. You're not a number at Citizens Bank and Trust. So if you're hunting for a new bank, give Citizens Bank and Trust of Vivian a try. You'll be glad you did.
Your business is personal to us at CB&T. We're Citizens Bank and Trust. Vivian, Oil City, Bossier City, Shreveport.
that 6-point came back. And I thought I made a good shot. But when the deer ran off and the arrow was sticking out and didn't know how much was in there, but it was at a good spot. I didn't know whether it got into the lungs. I know it wasn't going to be a double lung. It just didn't look like it penetrated enough. We can wait on that deer before we track him. But there's quite a few black buck antelope in this country, and so we're just going to sit here, let him do his thing. I'm going to push him, and so I'm not really wasting time because we never know when a black buck may come by. And you always want to give a deer at least 30 minutes. That one was not a pass through. That makes me a little bit nervous. So there's a lot of blood right there where I hit him. We see blood here. And there's a pretty predominant trail here, so I'm just gonna, oh yeah, the blood right here. There he is. Right there. My good deal. Very nice management buck. It's a really nice management buck we took from Mr. Donnie's place here. Saw a really nice buck that most people would have shot. I mean, he was definitely the biggest buck that was in the group. But I just saw so many deer that needed to be harvested to get out of the breeding pool, and I just thought I'd take this big management 6-point out, get him out of the genetic pool for him. You got to do your part. You can't always just shoot the trophies. If you just shoot the trophies, then your grandchildren won't have any trophies to shoot. So try to take some management deer out. You're helping the herd and you're helping the next generation. And it's not always about what you're gonna hang on the wall. You need to think about what your grandkids can hang on the wall. That's the reason I always like to shoot a management deer whenever I can. Either my place or my friend's place.
The next day, Dennis settles into his ground blind to try his hand at a whitetail or a black buck.
We're in the ground blind, an area where we've seen some nice whitetail bucks and a really nice black buck. So we're gonna see what we can do this morning. Hopefully they will show back up, and we'll see if we can't shoot one with this bow.
As the sun starts to break, it looks as though it's going to be a good morning for Dennis as a few deer start to filter in. By moving the blind setup from the previous evening, Dennis has high hopes for this morning's hunt. Let's sit tight and see if a black buck, management buck, or trophy whitetail will present a shot.
Well, we had several does and yearlings around, and one nice 10-point. He was in the range a couple of times, but it's a little hard to get the exact right position on him. Best shot I had a bar here in the pop-up that was in the way. So I never quite got to the point of taking the shot. I was about to get a nap when I heard. I think I hear an engine running.
We thought we'd come in here fast.
Yeah, y'all did. Y'all smoked them on out of here. Come down in here on us.
We figured if we wasn't killing nothing, we don't need you killing nothing.
If you'd like to keep up with the Old School Outdoors crew, you can follow them on Facebook. See the latest posts on travel, photos from current events, what the guys are doing, and videos from upcoming shows, as well as tips from the guys. And also be sure to check out our website at oldschooloutdoorstv.com. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram.
You know, folks, I've hunted all over the world. When it comes to hunting for a bank, I don't do that anymore. Been with Citizens Bank and Trust of Vivian for over 30 years and don't plan on changing. If you're looking for a personal loan, home loan, or business loan, they can take care of your needs. They treat you like people. You're not a number at Citizens Bank and Trust. So if you're hunting for a new bank, give Citizens Bank and Trust of Vivian a try. You'll be glad you did.
Your business is personal to us at CB&T. We're Citizens Bank and Trust. Vivian, Oil City, Bossier City, Shreveport.
Old School Outdoors is being brought to you by Exodus Outdoor Gear. Life's a passion. Pursue it. 3 Rivers Archery, your longbow and recurve experts. Nocturnal Lighted Knox. And by Citizens Bank and Trust of Vivian, Louisiana. The bank you can count on.
The weather out here is unpredictable as all get out. It's been really dry. You know, 50s in the morning, 80s in the afternoon.
Morning's been rather pleasant. You know, you just need a shirt sleeve. It didn't need long handles or a jacket. But by the afternoons, the wind kind of picks up, 15, 20 mile an hour winds, and it get up to around 80 degrees, I'm guessing. It got a little bit hot.
You have a little rain coming up at the end of the week, probably will cool down and things will be better, but not much moving. We did see a few deer, seen a few immature black bucks.
The hunt changed in respect to the fact that we do our deer and black buck hunting in the mornings, and afternoons we've been dove hunting.
Now we're back out at the water hole for the afternoon dove hunt. We deer hunted every morning, or antelope hunted, and then every afternoon we come out and have a nice sunset. See the sun go down, shoot a few doves, but had a little front that's kind of coming through, and it seemed like they pushed a lot of doves out, but we'll still have a good time. We'll bust a few caps. There's that little booger. Man out here. Because if you don't go get them, you'll never find them.
Sweet corn and taters around here we raise on. callous hands and load nose. Wake up in the morning when the rooster crows. Head out to the field, Lord, until the summer sun is gone. 'Cause I'm country, right down to the bone.
That doesn't happen often, but it sure is nice when it does. One shot, two birds.
Set of 4 wheels and movie tires and cold beer around a campfire.
Yeah.
Get back in the backwoods and party hard.
Oh yeah. This dove meat. Oh man. Beautiful day. Nice cool weather and a little breeze blowing. Blue skies and a few birds flying. I don't know if it gets much better than this.
Right down to the bone.
Oh, this was a great afternoon. Nice little breeze. We can catch them flying into the wind. We got them. Oop, there went some more.
Dadgummit, Dennis, he was just right here in your lap.
I was fixing to slam him.
A dirt road and camouflage, a gun rack and a black Dodge. I'm riding slow, got the window down and got my spotlight on. 'Cause I'm country. I'm country right
That one went
down
down.
to the bone. To the bone. I can't change the way I am, that's just how I was raised. And by the grace of God, Lord, I was born this way. I got a sweet little southern woman,
Bam, he fell forever.
country strong. Country strong, you know she's country. That woman's country to the bone.
I got that.
And bar fights and neon lights, you put pop in your country and that ain't right. You
One of
pass
them
me
son
that
of a-
guitar horse and let me sing you a song. I'll take it back to way back when and do some outlaw stuff from way back then. A little Hank and Waylon and a double shot of Jones.
Head shooter.
'Cause I'm country. Right down to the bone. To the
We'll see what happens the next trip. Mr. Hall.
I said I'm country to the bone.
It is a beautiful.
This hunting short, folks, was about friendship and hunting and enjoying yourself in the great state of Texas. And we did that. We had a wonderful time.
I don't think there could be a better group. I don't believe that they could hunt together and get along any better than we all do.
Just really blessed to be here, and to be with them is always special. It was always a barrel of monkeys and a lot of fun.